Well, hello, and good morning. So, I got asked, in the vaguest of possible terms, to basically do an X2 campaign with, with an entire AC roster. So, I'm gonna be going through and pretty much doing everything I can possibly remember, for all of them, but, for now we've got, I don't know, there's 50 of them, something like that. Let's see. Select all, export. How many is this? This is... okay. 44, okay. So we've got 44 characters so far. Now, basically the way that this works, it's set to only use these over the course of the run, so anybody that I add in will be able to be added in. If it runs out of names, it just picks a rando, and then I have to remake them from there. So yeah, the idea was actually somewhat inspired by the fact that the TBM did a thing recently where he was going and making them all as Sims, and a lot of these I already actually had in my campaigns and stuff. So for example, this guy. Where's your hat? No, wait, I'm thinking Fixer. Where's Fixer at? There we go. Mr. Einhander over here. So, yeah, a lot of them, the props just perfectly match their emblems and things like that, so yeah, a lot of them got remade. They're all just kind of made in my personal, my personal taste as far as what I think they would look like. For example, Zneda here, would probably imagine them as a Scion here, looking all crazy-like. So yeah, you can get some pretty extreme detail going with this character menu here. So had some fun with it. Like I said, made as many as I think would be reasonable to start off with, and I can just add more as we go. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Now we're gonna go with this one. It's basically the standard hard mode, as it were. Reduce VO. Let's take off the tutorial. Nobody needs that mess. Soundtrack. Yeah, no, that's this one for sure. It's so friggin' good. This just came out a few days ago, and the soundtrack is so friggin' good. Alright, so, as far as advanced options and stuff like that, you actually have options over who to start with. I'm going to leave that as random. Dark Events Permanent, yes. Personally, I love this. I'll explain more as it goes along if you've never played this, but long story short, every month, it's like you're constantly ticking along and spending time researching things and freeing areas and stuff like that. Every month you just get some events, certain types of units have more armor on them now, or carry poison rounds, or stuff like that. And yeah, so this just makes that permanent, and it's hilarious if you get one where there's just suddenly zombies everywhere. Let's see. Length, yeah, double length feels fair. Mission timers, I'm gonna double those just because it always feels bad to have a thing kind of die out because of a mission timer. Personally, I think the double ones feel fair, but anyway. And then knock that off a little bit with precision explosives, so that basically just means they don't do their full damage kind of realistically. Anyway, moving on. So yes, Iron Man, and yeah, so leave everything integrated. Let's do this thing! So, yeah, this is hands down one of my favorite strategy things out there. If you've never seen it, this is with all the DLC and everything else. It's really, really good.
You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
Alright, so...
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic.
Actually, the intro cutscene's a little bit different. I forgot about this.
A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
Oh, but I got the sneaky guy, and I think you start off the Reaper automatically.
Go.
Yeah, I think you do. That's what it looks like, anyway. Yep, you got the sneaky person. Yeah, somehow that didn't get noticed. This guy's blind as a friggin' bat. They've got a trench coat. It makes them invisible. I just love that that's a thing. So, by the way, mod-wise, I just have some expansions to customization on there. There really isn't anything else-wise. And now he looks up, and he doesn't see the giant glowing eyeball thing, if I remember. Is this the Sam Fisher moment? Yes, it is the Sam Fisher moment. Of course they had to have that on there. Alrighty. But yeah, no, those guys are like hands down the best units. It's kind of nuts. They don't do the most damage or anything, but literally you can just have them scout everything all the time.
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time. Did you say something? You're one of those. You must understand.
It's one of the only times anyone uses a knife.
Report.
Oh, well, that sound is a little bit jacked up. Also, that guy probably has brain damage now.
So,
Anyway, we're gonna skip this because it's getting all out of sync. Out of sync, out of sync.
I have visual confirmation.
Alright, so long story short, you are like basically the leader guy, more or less, as should be kind of a given. And then you get some propaganda here, but we're gonna skip that too. It's kind of a lengthy thing. It's gonna let me skip it or no? No, it's not apparently. What's that all about? Let me skip the thingy, dang it! Alright, well, so yeah, you're basically the leader guy. They save you at the very start of it, because you get captured at the end of the last one. Well, not the good ending anyway, not the normal ending. Basically, it's like the last one had a bad ending, so you got shoved in a box. Also, yes! Alright, and it's back. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to turn stuff on and off a fair bit every now and then. Since it's a little bit janky as far as loading goes, so there we go. I was starting to get that little loading pause, so that's why I turned it back on. And it looks like we started off with, what's his face? Started off with, Fixer. I always like the guy. He always seems to pop up at the beginning of campaigns. Like, so far it's been a running thing. Like, in that character pool thing, you can set up, whether you want them to show up as a normal guy, as one of the special characters, or as a robot, even. Alright, looks like... Ooh! That's, what's your face? That's Diligent. Alright, so we got Diligent, we got, I think that's Exile over there. And I think somebody got messed up as far as their stuff not loading in. For you.
We have a fix on the target.
Okay, for some reason, friggin' Guidos is over here completely invisible. I don't know what happened with that. I think I gave him some stuff from a mod I disabled. Well, whoops. Anyhow, so, long story short, first one is pretty simple. There's usually 3 to 4 pods. So the way that this works, just basic overview, everyone's got 2 points that they can work with. Each of those can be used for, like, if they shoot, it ends their turn. But they can, they move twice, so like blue is 1 point, orange is another. Going into cover here offers different benefits, like these are 20% reduction in odds to hit. These are 40%. Actually, I think it's 45? I don't know. I forget the exact numbers in X2. Anyway, all these guys are going to be more or less the same, because I don't think there's a randomizer in this one. Yeah, they're all 65 aim and 4 health, so it's just going to be their standard thing. And yeah. So, in some of them you start off concealed, so that's what happened here. So he's going to run up there a little bit and see some stuff. So it's going to load in and tell me what's over there.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with.
So yeah, the very beginning of it, you're just kind of trying to get an ambush off, so you pretty much get to attack one of them as you please. So I'm going to spend all their time moving, pretty much as long as they don't get into that red area, they're perfectly fine. So that's what we're going to be doing. An invisible guy is hilarious. What we're going to do is set them up right here. Now we don't have to worry about time on this one. So they're just going to jog on up there. Hopefully those guys will stick around, and what we're going to do is have 3 of them just stand and aim at them, while the last one's going to go ahead and just chuck a thing. So, let's see. Yeah, he should be good. He can get 2 of them. I don't have free aiming on for grenades. That's intentional. With free aiming, you'd be able to get all 3. But yeah, I tried to turn off as much stuff as possible for the sake of performance and all that sort of thing. Because previously, this would just completely not work at all, so it all seems good now. And especially after the latest optimization patches came out. Alright. It's a little bit chippy, but I'll get that fixed by next time. It's just a few things I thought I had already taken care of. In fact, you know what? Might be able to get that fixed right now. Before anything else, let's go ahead and get this popped up here. Dang good coffee. Alright. Come on, window. Where is my window? Why is it not popping up? Need to remember to edit out this part. There's gonna be so much editing with these. Alright, and we're back, so hopefully that should be a bit better. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it seems to be responding a bit better now. Just forgot to mess with the priorities before. Alright, come on, Gydos. Use your weird Rayman situation. Alright. Alright, that definitely didn't go as badly as it could have. So yeah, you get points for doing stuff in different ways. So, for example, you get ranks for getting just pretty much anything, completing objectives, getting kills, all that sort of thing. Now that guy was injured, and the rest of his party was down, so he decided to run off. So he'll go and rejoin another group, which we seem to have run into right now. But there's two. Okay, I was kind of hoping it would be the sectoid pod. Oh well. So that's the officer pod. You basically have at least 3 that are guaranteed. So that's the one with the leader, and one grunt, the one with 3 grunts, and then you have one that's a grunt and a sectoid who's like a psionic beefcake. That's the best way to put it. So alright, so we're gonna go here. So yeah, by the way, this will get fixed immediately after the fight. So right here, this guy is completely out in the open, but we're not close enough to get any kind of range bonus. So the closer you are, the more accurate you become. So he uses his base stat, so 65% accuracy, because that guy's completely out of cover, and he gets a bonus to crit here because of the flank. So hopefully this hits. Nope. Twitched at the last second and missed. Alright. So, let's see. Are you able to not... Wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't... Oh, for a second there I thought it started off with a VIP type situation, but no, that lady's just standing on the exact tile I need to get to. How about that? Alright. We're gonna do, this guy is a skirmisher, which means he can...
Take a new approach.
Essentially he can grappling hook around, do all that kind of thing. He's one of the special units you can get. So, that lady from the intro, yeah, we don't exactly get to use them this time. I would start off with this guy instead. Alright. So he's gonna go ahead and just friggin' scorpion this guy. Yeah, just jacks him in the throat. It's pretty awesome. Guys are fantastic. I just want to overwatch this guy, actually. If I run here, that's kind of a risky... Definitely a risky move, because that guy will just come around. Alright, I think we're gonna pop her over here. So she can't get their cover out of the way. That would have been nice. But yeah, you can basically use those for guaranteed cover destruction and that sort of thing. Most things. For most things, anyway. Oh, nice. That actually hit. That was pretty freaking unlikely. Alright, so... I think what we're gonna do, let's see, you've got 47, you've got 41. Alright, I think he's gonna be out here for catching folks in the open. Yeah, if I have both of them Overwatch, they just won't run. He's gonna chance this guy. And he got him. Alright, fair enough. Convenient. Now, they can only rank up once per fight. Nice. Getting really lucky. And yeah, sometimes they drop things like that guy did, so that's usually upgrades and all that sort of thing. So you don't necessarily need them, but they're very, very useful. Oh, I was gonna say, it would be kind of amazing to do the first one flawless, but oh well. So that guy's gonna be injured for a few days if he makes it. Okay, don't trigger the other pod. Nice. Good job. Way to completely whip on that one. Alright, let's have you run over here. Okay, he can only use his grappling hook thing every few turns. There we go. 40% chance to get him, and he did it. Excellent. Good job, Exile.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts.
Okay.
Scanners are clear. -15,
Well, I guess that's all of them then.
Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
Alright, so they're gonna get ready to do that, and you are gonna go pick up this.
Got it.
I think everybody got a promotion and everything. So all in all, pretty darn solid. So autoloader, that is basically a free reload. So normally, like if you reload, that would take one of your actions. In this case, it does nothing. So. Let's do this. Yes, she does have little hearts all over her armor. I don't know why, but it seemed fitting. Funnily enough, I think that's the only time that they tell you to go to an extraction thing, and they don't actually make you do it. Because there's basically no point. I remember in an older version, you were required to do that, but, you know, there really was no point, because at that point everything's already gone, so might as well just count it as a win. I gotta get a picture with Guido's Rayman situation. And yeah, you get a victory picture pretty much after every fight. And then you see it show up later, and like it shows up on walls and stuff as propaganda. God, I love this game. It's so good. And we're back. So yeah, everyone's all happy. It's funny, they all react to how everything went during the fight and everything. Even behave differently based on their different personality types and stuff. You know, because they didn't already have enough details going on. And yeah, I gotta show up to the sweet soundtrack, because of course he did. Everything's amazing now. Oh, weirdly enough. Huh. How the hell is Exile the only one that didn't get a promotion? Got 3 kills in that one! Oh, that's... okay. Well, thanks, kiddo, but I don't need my keys right now. But yeah, so he's a special class, so he basically gets all his stuff completely different. Instead of getting normal promotions, he ends up taking a lot longer to promote, and he ends up getting a lot of his abilities from different places. But, alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, so Guido's is a specialist. Fair enough. Just gonna go ahead and skip out of that. Probably shouldn't. But yeah, they're basically the techie guy, which I need to remember to give him his body back. That's a weird situation he's run into. Alright, Diligent is a sniper. Fair enough.
Like it sounds, our sharpshooters engage enemy targets.
Actually, I'll let these play out, why not?
From extreme range. They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional.
Yeah, occasional close encounter, their friggin' pistol moves are amazing. Like, you get options literally for like, take a free shot, take 3 shots at one guy, then take a shot at everything on the map in one turn. It's awesome. And yeah, fittingly enough, Fixer is a close range guy.
The Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit.
That is so
capable of
goofy, I love it.
independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
But yeah, so they can move around all stealthy-like. When everybody else gets revealed, they have the option to go back into hiding. And the sword ends up working well against some things, as well as a backup if you ever run out of shots. Either way, pretty awesome. All of them have really cool stuff. It's alright. Here's the ship. It's pretty friggin' baller.
Commander, to the research lab.
Get all this awesome stuff that goes on in the background and everything, but yeah, you can go into each of these rooms and everything. There's a few mods for changing this thing around to something completely different, but all of the characters that you have with you, they'll always be in here somewhere. Like they have this entire anthill type thing going on.
I did my best to get the new recruits ready for what they're going up against, but having the commander back is a bigger confidence boost than any speech.
Yeah, if you say so. These guys are probably not long to this world. Alright, like what do we got going on here in the bar? I think that's... I think that's Crossback. I've seen the beard.
It's been 15 years serving the Resistance.
Let's see, I think that's Crossback, I think that's Rimfire, and that should be...
Let me go.
Wanna say... No, that's...
I bet the elders are still
Ah, dang it, let's go see who we have. Alright. So yeah, we got Timetable, we got Fixer, we got Guernica, Exile, Fragile, Huntress over here. Yeah, all of them I tried to fix it to fit in as much as I could. One random down here, because you basically get one rando that has some of your DLC stuff. Who did I make? Just make one of these in real time. What the hell should we make here? Why don't we make Irony? Yeah, Irony's a pretty simple one. We can't give them a nickname though. That's the downer. Should we just leave them as the only confused rando in here? Just call him Irony. There we go. Good enough. I guess he's gonna be a chick now. Why not? If you're wondering about this look, by the way, this is like the old UFO defense look. They had one character with just crazy hair for some reason. So yeah, there's a reference to that. And yeah, other than that, here's who we got to start off with. And yeah, that was Crossback. So who was that other one then? Was that Cerberus? I think that was Cerberus. No, he's like purplish. Huh. Actually, no, I think that was Cerberus. It didn't look like Blue Magnolia. I mean, that's her. Yeah, the nice thing about the character pool thing is you can give them a bunch of stuff that they can't technically have yet, like nicknames and all kinds of props that they haven't unlocked. But first of all, let's get Guydaz fixed. He's all kneeling on the ground because he's all injured for a week. I mean, honestly, for friggin' taking a bunch of magnetic slugs to the friggin' chest, he's doing all right. All right, yeah. I don't know why the game decided that you don't have a torso. Let's get that fixed. Give you a pretty basic setup here. Standard padded set, I think. There wasn't anything too fancy about him. Except maybe he wants tight pants. There we go. Let's give him the tightest of pants. That's confusing. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, you know what? I just noticed the options for some of the stuff that he shouldn't have are totally over here. Like, for example, if I wanted to give him a sweet trench coat. Yeah, there we go. That looks totally undeserved. Also, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. Whatever. It'll be good to have him back, though. Their first move just pretty much makes somebody evade really well. I have high hopes for this guy, though. Really glad that he was the one that we started with. If you're wondering what's up with his face, all the skirmishers are just basically like the enemy guys, except they got converted. And so they have all kinds of crazy gear on them and everything. So yeah, the long and short of the actual plot of this whole thing is just, it's like...
Commander.
Oh, well, he's gonna explain it.
See you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge.
The guy who basically makes this entire thing happen and then just decides, nah, I'm gonna take a back seat for the rest of it.
Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry. Not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back.
In a frickin' helicarrier.
Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
It's totally undeserved. That guy should absolutely be the leader. It's like, they basically established up to this point, he's more or less created every... Oh, ooh. 3 rookies, alright.
Avenger plotting new course.
That'll be good to replace the ones that we're inevitably going to lose. So yeah, to start off with, you only have a few locations you can go to.
You know them as they were,
Huh.
the soldiers of Advent.
There we
Now
go.
they are free to choose. If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end.
They're like predators, it's awesome.
My kind were once the puppets of Advent, slaves to the Elders' twisted vision. Now, slowly we are
Ooh.
freed, and
Inability
all who see
points.
their bonds broken, are driven to fight the Elders with a
Yes,
rage
yes.
that cannot be stopped.
These guys talk a lot, by the way. So I'm gonna
We will destroy
probably talk
all
over them a
the
fair bit.
Elders' value.
Because, yeah, they definitely talk a lot. Oh, crap, I just noticed. I need to be building stuff. Yeah, that might help. So, first off, yeah, you need to spend all your time, like, building, excavating, and everything else.
We're wasting
First
valuable
things
time and resources
first.
by not conducting any research.
Yeah, I'm not
Please
even doing
consider
any
providing
research.
us with a
Awesome.
directive as soon as possible.
Let's see. Yeah, all of these are pretty friggin' solid to start off with. I'm probably gonna go GTS first.
Guerrilla Tactics School construction initiated.
Yeah, I don't even have an engineer yet, so I can't do anything with that. You basically assign engineers to clear out stuff here, as well as making all your different facilities better. So that's gonna take 2 weeks. Research-wise... That guy's just gonna introduce himself. He's Science Guy. There you go. Introduction done. So this one gives you access to some pretty relatively OP stuff early on. So that'll basically solve a lot of problems. This will give access to upgrades that we don't have yet. This will give one step closer to better armor, and then this will also give other upgrades that we don't have yet. So I'm probably going to do modular and then experimental, because that crossbow is amazing. It's it's weird. It's like a weird vertical friggin' crossbow looking thing. Alright, so there's 4 days wasted. We could have already had something better. Oh, nice! Okay, so we got Old Lang Syne, we got Trafalgar, we got Lane Myers, and Mumu out of that. Usually only get 1 or 2, and we got 4 of them. That'll work. Alright, so for some reason that took a while. Okay, so we got supplies over there. It's probably not going to be worth it. Most of the supply ones aren't really worth that much. I'm going to go over here to try to speed up that that training center. Just because we're going to get interrupted by a pop-up here any second now. There we are. And that'll be our starter engineer. So this one... Ooh, Barketta's going to be our engineer, apparently. So if you end up failing this first one, you might as well just restart. It's just like, there's... you need that engineer to get anything done. Alright. By the way, a bunch of them, I should probably point this out now, a bunch of them you may notice have a thing on their left hand. I was going for this kind of look, except on their left arm for anyone that had a moonlight. Yeah, there's really nothing to swap out here, I don't think. Unless... Child, what are you doing? Okay, we get 1 marksman rifle. So 5% better action. Alright. So yeah, you can use the original game's versions of weapons, basically. You only get 1 of each, though. So I'm gonna leave that to her, because she's got the first one. He should be able to get the scattergun. Yeah, crit chance by 5%, why not? And yeah, you only get 1 of these, so if anyone carrying those is left behind, those are just gone. And if I want to give him the old world version, what does this do? Aim by 5%, yeah, that's worth it. Which, by the way, those small upgrades are stuff that you actually can put on your own stuff. It's just a little bit of a bonus that you get. Most of the unique things end up having that, and you can actually make your own unique stuff, because you can give each weapon a name and everything, and customize all their colors and patterns and whatever else. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Operation Mountain Knife. Sounds pretty awesome. Right, sabotage transmitter. I think that's one of the underground ones. But yeah, so these come in all shapes and sizes. Like, sometimes you have to go and just, like, blow up a thing, sometimes you gotta go save a thing, sometimes you gotta escort somebody out, sometimes you gotta bail somebody out of a jail cell or something. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. Alright. We, got stuck on the little opening visual that's there. I don't know. It's gonna take a second to figure out all the weird stuff that OBS janks up.
Transmitter in this area, tied directly into their primary network.
Right.
Our intel suggests destroying it while it's still connected will severely damage their linked systems.
All right.
Plant the explosives before they have a chance to pull the plug.
So yeah, notice all timers are doubled, right? This, how they expected you to run all the way down here in 4 turns is beyond me. But oh well. Oh yeah? What's wrong with your Cheerios? They seem fine. There you go. Alright, so we're just gonna sprint this over here. Guidos is happy to have his existence back. So now, the reason I'm putting them into cover, basically, if they're seen while they're running around, like especially if they're just running to cover, they're fine. But like, for example, if you run somebody out here, end your turn, and then somebody walks through that door, odds are they're gonna fire at them, and that's just not great.
Time to motor.
So like this spot right here, kind of risky, but we're gonna risk it. There we are. You know, haven't been found yet. It's pretty early on, so not expecting too much crazy stuff.
Eyes on a hostile patrol.
Haven't even run into a single psychic dude yet, so we're all good there. Now let's see what we can do. These guys get a bonus pretty early on, wherein they can basically get a huge aim bonus when they're firing like this. So for example, they would be 100%, or at least 95% with that bonus, as well as a huge crit thing. So for example, if I triggered them right now, he would automatically get all of his bonuses and fire like this. Now, he's able to take out one of them. Does Snipey have a shot? Yes. So her shots are fantastic, but she can only aim at one of them. So she's going to take the first shot. Everybody else is just going to line up here. So can you see them both? Yes, you can see them both right here. So you're going to run here. If you're wondering why everybody's twitchy, by the way, this is, right. I forgot. That's what those are. So they can be delayed by blowing up those things. Anyway. So that's just something called zip mode that they added a while ago. It's pretty awesome. Just makes everything all fast-like. Speeds up all animations and everything. Everybody looks all crazy spazzy. Copy over here. It's only 2 of them, but I don't want to risk it with Fixer kind of out in the open here. Alright, and you are going to take your far shot. That's the one with this little crosshair over it. That's going to be guaranteed if it hits. Pirate. Done deal, and that other guy's all but toast.
Hostile neutralized. Found us.
And shoddy, and good job. Problem solved. If nothing else, the scattergun at least looks cooler than the standard shotgun. Alright. Now we move on.
Okay.
That's our ambush used up. But I think it's fine. We didn't end up taking any kind of difficulties from it. General rule of thumb, you always want to move your farthest guys out first, and never complete a turn without having all your movement done. I'm gonna move this guy here, because I want to have somebody be able to take a shot at that thing. In fact, it should probably be diligent. So, let's see, we can have you move on down this way, just to have you hiding. You're gonna watch, and you're gonna take care of that thing. Alright, fair enough. So yeah, this works like, they had Defusal, which was in the unknown. It basically works the same way as that. Except with far less friggin' Thin Man BS. If you've never played the original, or rather the original remake, I should say. Man, that really makes you scared of people in suits. Like they had a thing in there that very early on, like later on they were pretty much just a throwaway enemy, but very early on you had these guys that were just, they had BS accuracy compared to everybody else. Like I think it was like 85%, plus they got an additional friggin' I think 20% bonus from their weapon. Yeah, wasn't a good time. Which I'm technically breaking a rule right here, but
That's affirmative.
hopefully we should be fine. Yeah, I didn't get punished for it. But yeah, so for all your new guys, they would just instantly die if those guys ever got a turn. Especially on Impossible. Right. Let's have you run up here. There we are. There's one of the sectoids.
Their genetic structure now includes human DNA.
Yeah, they're actually pretty non-threatening, all things considered. Now, his odds of a shot suck, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Nice! Okay. Perfect. So I can probably have Snipey run up and finish them off. There we are.
Moving to designated coordinates.
Yeah, basically the pistol is good for finishing things for the most part. Like right here, if she had face-off, she'd just be able to pop all of these, plus take a shot at that guy, plus finish this guy. Just because the pistol never runs out of shots. Best revolver ever. Actually, these revolvers remind me of the ones from Killzone. Just like them.
Roger that.
Alright, so everybody's in pretty decent cover here at least. So I'm gonna have you probably take care of this little dealie. There we are. Fair that. It's funny because this thing accomplishes what, as far as I'm aware, what no other strategy games have really done very effectively. Actually, I think the closest was the One Vision. God dang. Friggin' nailing his 20% or whatever shot over there. I'd say the next closest was One Vision to doing this, but it's just where you have a strategy game where there's very little downtime, you're actually always up to something. Everything's always happening. Alright, let's see if we can expose him here. Yeah, that'll do the trick, and there's a small chance it'll take him out too. Yeah, it didn't work. It's fine. Let's have Snipey finish him off.
I'm on the move.
I shouldn't be putting her here. But she does have the best accuracy, and she does have the best potential, so there we are.
Kill confirmed.
Get that done. And let's have these guys get a few little extras here.
To that position.
Buy us a little bit of extra time. Why don't you take care of that one? And yes, I did have to give Exile a cigar. He absolutely needed one. Done. It's kind of hard to believe how this and the original XCOM 2 are even the same friggin' game. Like, this is just so much better, it's not even funny. It's kind of bizarre. Nah, I need to have somebody over there now. Right, you know what? They're relatively covered. We're just gonna run up to that thing and hide behind it and hopefully don't run into something, and get punished for it, because those are really good drops. No, we didn't. Okay. Alright, fair enough. And nothing is behind that door, so we can expect at least one group covering it, probably another group patrolling. Deal with that as it comes. Nothing seen there, and...
Closing on target position now.
Alright, you can take care of that thing since we don't need it anymore. You... actually in a really good position to cover that, so why don't you move over here and reload. Or actually just watch with a pistol. You reload. And that should be our turn. Yep. Okay. Yet no. But those are explosive, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's have you run here. Let's have you preferably in a support role. I kind of want that guy to grapple in, worst case scenario. Oh, whatever. Let's put you here. Oh, by the way, if you don't know why the hell I call him Almighty Janitor, it's like the epitome of the trope. It's just basically when somebody's given the absolute lowest role or rank or whatever else in something, and they're clearly the best. Basically exactly what he does in AC3. Oh, and if you're wondering on these props, you can't actually miss them. They're completely stationary, so they at least gave you that one. Because it would be super annoying if you could actually miss them. Oh, what the hell? Why is my guy suddenly on the opposite side of the wall? What happened there? Obviously because everything is procedurally generated, stuff gets wonky sometimes. Alright, there's what we're gonna do. You... we're gonna hope there's no pod in here. Oh, they're hiding behind this window, probably. You know what? No. You're gonna go here. Alright, no new discoveries, so you're gonna pop off this guy. Goodbye. Right, you... probably gonna go deal with that. Let's see. Now you run over here. I think you should be able to melee him, but I'm not 100% on that. No, he can't. Okay. Doesn't even get the flank bonus for it.
I have no more ammunition.
Oh well. In that case, you're gonna run here and finish them, and if that doesn't work, we'll try to use sniping for that purpose. Come on. Yes. Okay, good. Taking that.
Not picking up any other contacts. Get those charges deployed.
Fine, fine. It's not the one that's hackable. I just saw little squares and I thought it might be one of the hackable ones. That on there.
Signal confirmed. X4 charges are active.
Right, do we have to run from this one? Nope. And there we go, another one with no losses. Good. Yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just Fixer over here with a sword. Got Exile over here looking all smug. Pretty great. Alright. And yeah, you can like edit every single part of that, by the way. Like from angles to lighting to filters to poses. It's just somebody put way too much love into that. Alright, and we're back. So let's see what everybody gets promoted into. I think there should be a couple of promotions out of that. You typically end up getting promotions on most things that went well. And obviously if they don't, they end up not getting much of a promotion. Also, why does it keep... Wish I wouldn't do that. Keeps weirdly chipping in and out. Alright, what do we got? Let's see. When fired upon, gave me one extraction on the next turn. That's pretty awesome. Door grenade no longer ends the turn. I'm gonna say a reflex probably on him. He doesn't seem like a grenade kind of guy. I'm gonna try to match them to their characters as much as I can, by the way. Okay, so Guernica, you're gonna get combat protocol, because you're basically just gonna be using your drone as what would normally be the missile pack on his back. Let's see, diligence. Feels like long watch would be your thing. That just basically means that that you can take a really long range reaction shot. All right, and I can say Blade Master. That just increases how much damage he does with the sword.
New objective added.
Okay.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
Nifty.
Considering the limited resources available to you, Commander.
Oh yeah, child.
still
What's up with that?
managed to exceed my expectations. Excellent.
Okay, Diligent and Exile apparently like each other. Like, yeah. Alright. Hell yeah, we're gonna make a poster to signify that event. That works. I think that's a good place to end it. Just Diligent and Exile high-fiving. Perfect.